Okay, as we know, that always the psukim that seem the simplest are always the most yisaideistic. And obviously, since this week's parsha, it talks about the Nesiim, and it's repeated 12 times, so it's usually the easiest thing, because there's no Rashi, there is Targum, but once it's repetitive, it's easy to say the Targum. So everything's repeated 12 times over, so seemingly there's nothing to say about it. Obviously the Torah said it 12 times for a very good reason, and there's many things to learn out from it, so I just want to scratch the surface, maybe a little bit. So first thing, question A, is why is Birkas Kohanim called Nesiyas Kapayim and not Nesiyas Yadayim? Because we're taking our Yadayim, it's not just the palms that we're taking, it's the whole Yadayim. In Zweitens, like we just said, why does the Pasuk Mefaret every Nasi to repeat over every detail of the Korban HaNasi 12 times over? That, everybody asks that question, it's not a big deal. Okay, another question is why Birkas Kohanim, as opposed to every other mitzvah, what does it say? It says, Mevarech es Ama Yisrael bi'ahava. You don't see this word bi'ahava anywhere else. V'asab is dafka by Birkas Kohanim is a word of ba'ava. So, there's a few things that's going on over here. So, I'm not going to say it exactly in the right order, but just to tell you some of the things that we see from here. As we know, what is called a Hamtakas Hadin, which we talk about all the time, Yud Gimel Midas is what's considered Hamtakas Hadin. So there are many things over here that are referring to the Yud Gimel Midas. So obviously there's many 12s, and every 12 has a plus one, which is the Kesa Oila Al Gabeim. So every 12 becomes a 13. So we have Yud Beis Chadashim, which is 13. We have Yud Beis Shvatim. We have Adina, which is 13, right? We have Yud Beis Nesiim. There's one above, which is also 13. So everything there is Merumas, the Yud Gimel Midas in the 13. You see it also, I just saw this like while I was sitting here tonight, that in the pasuk by every Nasi, it says the word achas twice and the word echad 5 times. So it says, each time it says echad 7 times. So if you take the word echad, what's the gematria of the word echad? 13. If you take the word achas, so the mispakatan of achas is 409. The mispakatan of achas is also 13. And then it comes out, if you take the 13 times 7, is gematria 91, which is the yichud havaya adnus. Because it says in the pasuk by every nasi 7 times either the word achas or the word echad. So you see that it's coming out that and achas is mispakatan 13 and echad is pashat 13. So 7 times comes out that 91. So you see that each 13 together becomes a yichud, which is like a pure hamtakas hadin. Mamish mefurish in the pasuk. Also by Ahava, what's Ava? What's the gematria of Ava? Hamavarech is also 13. So it's Hamavarech es Hama Yisrael by Ahava. Why do you need the Ahava in the Birkas Kohanim? It's first you need the Hamtakas Hadin. It's like a word of Sur Meirah. And then comes the Birkas Kohanim. So that everything is coming into place. Right. That's 12. 3 Havayas and 12 Isiyas, which also becomes 13. That's all included in it. Now, to go back to the Birkas Kohanim, why is it called Nesiyas Kapayim and not Nesiyas Yadayim? So we know that every hand is made up of 2 parts. There's a kaf and there's etzbais. The etzbais, I'm looking in a Sefer Shefatal, and he brings down that it starts off, the words in the pasuk are kaf achas asara, so which is really aleph yud kof. How do you see that? Because kaf is gematria 100, achas is 1, asara is 10, so every one is 10, and there's 100, right? And you have yechidim, like mashal and a minyan. There's 1 minyan, but it's made up of 10. So you have 1 hand, which is made up of 10 etzbais, right? So kaf, achas, asara, it's all coming back to that one aleph yud kof, right? Which is gematria 111. Ima Kailel is Yaboik, which is a yichid, a zivug of Havaya Elikim, right? And if you take, I forgot where I wrote it. If you take 2 times Yaboik, it comes out to 424. And I'll tell you in a minute what it is because I don't see it right now. I had it written down before. What? 224. I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, I just want to continue with the Nesias Kapayim, Nesias Yadayim. So the Yad is showing you that you have the Kaf, and the Kaf is 2 etzba'is. And you see the Hamtaka because Rebbeinu Shalom created the world. He created it first with a maskala. A maskala is shtei kapos, right? Kaf haschus and kaf chayva. And b'shas there's a Hamtaka, so the kaf schus is so much mizgaber and the kaf chayva, so you don't even see the kaf chayva. There's only one. That's kaf achas. That is only one because the schus is mizgaber and the chayv. So if it's only kaf achas. And it's Asara because the whole world was created b'makom Asara, like Esa Spheris and Esa Mamaris and Esa Dibris and Esa Kitzos b'Olam Abriya and Esa Kitzos Malachim b'Olam HaYitzira and Esa Galgalim b'Olam HaSiyah, and there's many, and included in that is the 10 Yadayim v'Raglayim, which is a chelik of us. Also, Nuzaya brings that the Yud Aleph Samamane Ketaris, typically it's 11, it's not 13. But in Uzziah he brings that the Yud Aleph Ketaris is connected to Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim. He lines up exactly. I saw it in the Siddha Masuk Midvash by the beginning of Yishtabach. He brings that Zoyar to show you that the 13 Shvachim of Yishtabach is connected that 13 Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim, which is coming from the Ketaris. And that's also, what does the pasuk continue? Kaf achas asara Ketaris. And that the Ketaris is showing you the Hamtaka Sadin of the Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim. So everything is mamish linked in to one big thing. Okay, also, the Yaboik, if you is Yud is 10, Beis is 2, and the Kuf is 1 in Mispakaton. So that's also the Gematria of the Yud Gimel Midas. So you see everything, Kaf Achas Asara is Aleph Yud Kuf, Ima Kailel is Yaboik, which is a Yichud Havaya Elikim, and if you take the Yaboik and Mispakaton, it's 13. Mirum is the Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim. It's all coming back to one. And also you see, how do you see the 11 also? Because every hand is made up of a kaf, plus it's made up of Esa Etzba'is, so each kaf is 2, and the Esa Etzba'is is 12, and the Esa is your 12 Nesim, which is again Merumas, Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim, all, again, everything coming back over and over and over again.
Both kaf and then you should count both sets of fingers.
I did, count 10 fingers and 2 kafs.
It's 2 kafs, then it's 20 fingers.
No, you have 5 on each hand. Last time I counted. There is also 13. Okay, and also the other thing is, one of the things that we're trying to show over here, and the reason why it says the exact same lashon by every nasi, this is already so brought down, is because it wants to show you that just like you have 10 fingers that are shava, each one is equal to the other. Of course, each one has different, properties and so forth. But Lamaisa, they're all shava. They work in unison. So too, the 12 Nesiyim, each one is considered shava b'shava. This is not my vart, so I'm not taking responsibility for it. I'll read you. It says, Yemincha shtei pa'amim ki Yisrael oism nitzayni shal makayim hasmoil nasis yemin. Ba'ofen shegam smoila shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu nase kaf harachamim ba'ofen sheim choch ches evari etzba'is shal rachamim. Which that's to go back to the Kayach, and already we know that the choch ches, we learned many times, that we're talking about over here, the Pashut, Malay, and Milui, the Milui, which comes out to Shem and Beis, which is also a hamtaka. And you see that from the pasuk, "V'achta yignal no koyach Hashem kashi dibarta lemar," that this koyach is also mispakotan of koyach is 10. So I'm just showing, and I'm just scratching the surface a little bit to show you a little bit of the Ramazim. As you know, that everything that we see al derech pshat is really Saidei Saidus, and you see here a little bit of the Ramazim that this kaf achas asara, when you see in the Parshat Siyim, is really megala many things. And the reason why it's kaf achas, when you say a kaf is your hand is open. So that's showing you that there's a gili coming on over here. That when you open your hand, the hand has one unique property. It's more unique than any other Eva. Because when it could be a noisin, when it's facing downwards, it's a makabel when it's facing upwards, and then there's a mamusa, which is dai means that the hand is up. That's in the middle position. It's not a noisin, it's not a makabel, it's a dai. And just to show you the hamshacha, parsha, that the parsha started off with Saita, and then it went to Nazir, right? And then it went to Birkas Kayanim, and then it went to the Birkas Nasiim. Everything is in Madregas. First you have the Ra, and then you have the Kedusha of the Nazir, then you get the Bracha of the Kayanim, and then you get the Sait Shabai in the Nasiim. Okay.